it's kind of weird because when you're developing in this space, it doesn't. I found that it's not chain specific, but it's more like it's like you go into this weird time warp. So basically, things that have taken 4 or 5 years to get done, get pressed down into these really small time packets, and basically, like I said, we've been able to create this whole 3D metaverse in less than a year, right? So at the end of the day, I think if you're in like the NFT space and you're thinking about like, hey, I'm gonna start a game or I'm gonna start trying to make an NFT project, I think number one, like you should be concerned with like what utility do those NFTs have, because if the NFT itself is an art or music or whatever kind of NFT, those projects are cool, and I love it. Like I think that just scratches the surface of what NFTs are capable of, right? Every NFT inside the Brewery Arts Metaverse is has multi-utility, meaning that it doesn't just do one thing. It's I guess a self-serving economy, and those NFTs themselves might do 2, 3, or 4 different things depending on what NFT they are. Be it from passive staking to crafting to fusion to missions to all the way, I guess, taking your character from being this, core NFTs and turning it into a functional armor that you can play inside the 3D world. So at the end of the day, I think that you're really kind of with blockchain and where it is right now, we're kind of at like the very beginning of like these games like this. Like Regrab is like the first metaverse with a fully integrated Web3 platform. Like this is the world's first that we have. Innovation, there's all kinds of stuff behind it, but at the end of the day, like people are going to use what we've created and their own ideas. I'm going to say it's a stepping stone to really usher in a new era, not only for like NFT utility, but actually gaming itself. A lot of kids, they play Fortnite and they play whatever game, and they'll come in and they'll spend money on puck tokens or pucks or whatever those are, and that itself leaves them with their assets stuck in that world. They can't. Once you leave the game or you decide that you're not playing, those assets are no longer. They're going to stay within the game. In this space, not only can you incentivize play using like an in-game token that's on chain, you also own all of those assets. Like those assets become yours, and those assets now can be bridgeable between chains. These assets can be bridgeable between projects. You start thinking about how you can start building this into a world where this game comes from this game, this gun works in that game, this armor works in this game. You really start getting into a really, I guess, bright future for gaming. So I think as far as Regrab is concerned, we are the world's first 3D metaverse Web3 platform. But I guess the goal of my vision is that we're a stepping stone for other people that want to create and see like, hey, this is how you can use new attributes in game. This is how you can use multi-utility attributes to create an experience. We have 20,000 active community members, and we're growing every day. I think that right now we're trying to mass adoption. We just did a deal with Salon. Salon is a credit card processor for like the big games like say with Epic Games, Steam, Twitch, Roblox. So like now we're the first Web3 platform that Salon is going to partner with. And that's a huge deal. That means that like now the mainstream gaming companies, like the big ones, are starting to take notice that Web3 is here. And so I just say that if you're going to do anything in this space, if you're trying to develop, my advice to you would be, don't hype promises. Only hype deliver. Like deliver and then hype. Don't say, hey, I'm going to do this, or I promise cheap. Like I'm guilty of that. Again, I was like, hey, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and we're going to put that out, and development got delayed and all that stuff. But now we've taken the stance of like, hey, we're going to hype what we have in the end. And that's really beneficial. So now if we do something like our apartment sales coming up, we have the functionality that utility. As soon as you buy your NFT, you can right into your apartment and enjoy the game. Instead of saying, hey, buy my NFTs, and then maybe 6 months down the road, you might traditional gaming at some point in the very near future are going to meld. I think my early estimates for that happening was probably 3 to 5 years from last year. I think that in this kind of metaverse time bubble, that everything is, gets done way faster. I think that that's actually showing down for that year. So I'd say for the next year, we should see major companies, major gaming companies really start to take hold on the Web3 platforms. And it's going to take, it's like level 1, level 2, level 3 is going to take over the world. So we're having a little fun for all 5 years. Thank you guys for allowing me to come in. Thank you.
Thank you. Next for me, crypto. We're going to be talking about crypto. And they do that. That was not I know it's not.
Set me free.
Okay, let me know if you can hear me okay. Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you. What's up? What's up? Thank you, man. Thanks for doing this. Yeah, no worries. Hey, what's up? Yeah, no rush at all. I take your time. Can you hear me okay? Yes.
Very important and always fun. I would love to introduce you maybe to Club 137. Thank you for coming and joining us today. I would just love to have you maybe give a few, explanations about what you do with Meta Builders Group, how you got involved in crypto, community building, what you're working on currently, and just, have a great chat with you.
Cool, for sure. Well, thanks. It's a pleasure to be here. I got a chance to listen in on some of the other talks. You have some great people lined up, and it's always a pleasure to get to talk about, NFTs and metaverse stuff. My name's Miguel. I go by Miggy Crypto. I've been in the overall blockchain crypto space since 2012. Started off most likely as many of you, just kind of buying Bitcoin and trying to figure out, like what next? What do I do with it? What can I buy with it? What can I sell with it? Did that for a long time, traded it, and built small communities, teaching people about it. Just always trying to learn what new companies were getting involved in, the new things that were progressing with the government and the states, and also just seeing, what was happening in history alongside Bitcoin growth. Most recently, I've gotten involved with NFTs this last year. I got my first NFT from a friend named Sean Eber. He gave my first Street Fighter NFT from the Wax blockchain. Then I kind of started looking into NFTs and checking them out. I had no clue what they were. Once I, started seeing what kind of art was being put out there and like the potential, being able to have an asset that you could tie with almost anything and it's on the blockchain and tie with crypto too. I kind of just, really dove in and went in full time. Fast forward to now, I'm a year in. I've gotten to meet great people like you and get involved with very many projects. One of them being the Meta Builders. I started organizing that with the founder. His name's Mike Smart. He works with smart digital payments. We kind of created MetaBuilders because we found ourselves working on a lot of projects together over the year. Every time I got involved with the project, I found that he was on it as well. So our networks were very, tied together. We were within the same communities, doing the same things. And he hired me for one job, which required us to kind of put together a whole NFT kind of structure and launch it within like 2 or 3 weeks for a project named Tell Me Token. We created the art, or he had the art sourced, created the NFTs. We sold these NFTs that led to a pre-sale for the ICO, which gave everyone access to their token. And we did it. We had like a 2 or 3 week time frame. Everything went great. We sold the NFTs, sold the ICO. They ended up making like around $100 within that week and a half of sales. And so him and I just he had the idea to do this on a regular basis. And so what we do is incubate and help people, brands, companies create or launch NFT projects, from start to finish in totality, from sourcing artwork to blockchain advising, also NFT strategy, building plans on how to launch, community building, community cultivating, managing. We source graphics, we do editorial work, and we also are very involved in the metaverse. Multiple metaverses. We have lands in different areas, like the Uplift game it's a Minecraft server on the Wax blockchain. We're looking to get involved with Sandbox, Decentraland. We also do non-blockchain metaverses like AltSpace as well. So we're kind of, a one-stop shop. Like if you want to have an NFT project created and launched, or if you just need help to promotion and marketing. I find myself we're doing a lot of work with community building. There's a lot of projects, a lot of people, a lot of brands that, want to get involved and do things, but, they need people to sell to. So what we specialize in is building communities and bringing those communities together, kind of growing the overall Web3 space. And right now, one of our main projects that we're working on is called Masters of the Bitcoin. These are NFT action figures, which will also become physical action figures as well. And they'll be launching it in about a month. Sorry, I know it's a lot of information, real short.
I totally appreciate it. There's so many people interested in learning more about this space and they don't know where to start. And I always think that you're such a great resource for everybody who's just starting out or very far along. You have this great energy, great knowledge source, very trustworthy. You're always doing really fun, innovative things, and you build really cool communities around that. So I'm really thankful to have you here and kind of discussing what you do. I think it's awesome.
Thanks. No, I appreciate it. It's been great to get to meet, all the people that are doing different things, get to travel to different events. I really wish I could have been there in real life. I was just in LA at NFT LA, back in Texas right now, getting ready to go to Float Fest and then be in Austin for Decentral and also Consensus. So I love that you're doing this. I think it's a great opportunity to have people in the space connect with each other, kind of realize like, hey, there are others out there probably working on something very similar to you, or could at least fill a need that you have, who are doing other things in the same space. And so it's a great way to meet people and just kind of build. And so with the meta builders, it's been really cool to kind of connect with these different projects that are working on different blockchains, and then also kind of trying to bring some cohesiveness, especially with the community building, creating an aspect that even though we're building separate communities, overall, our goal is that we're really building an overall community, which is the entirety of the blockchain space. So we have familiarities within each group and each project. Like, for example, I'm a connecting factor, like even though these projects may be on different blockchains, doing different from art to games to collectibles, I'm going to be involved with every single one of their communities, connecting different people, different projects across the space. And so that's what we like to promote with the meta builders. And, we're here to also bring in the space for creators. We're very actively seeking content creators, artists, developers, people who feel they could be an asset to helping grow this space and helping projects build brand awareness, community moderators, things like that. So I appreciate you having me here.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us, Mickey. You're the best. For everybody here and watching online, you can follow Mickey at Mickey Crypto. 33, right? 33 on the end of that?
Crypto 33 Miggy on Twitter.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, Miggy Crypto 33 is my Telegram. I'm literally everywhere, but if you just Google search Miggy Crypto, most likely everything will pop up.
Perfect. Well, thank you for coming and joining us at Club 130 Scott Committee. I will see you on the flip side, and I hope to have you at the next event. And we're so excited to have had you. Thanks for coming by.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You need me to exit? I'll click leave and it'll close it out. So I appreciate you.
Hi. Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. I I could hear you. Can you hear me? Okay. Okay. Right. Yeah, I can see you.
Oh, there we go.
Cool.
Technical difficulties. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, awesome. Well, without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce John. John, I would love to introduce you to Club 137 and have you come in and give us a great overview about what you're building with Space Ranch DAO. You have a very exciting day ahead of you today, and I would love to really discuss that. And thank you for coming out and conversing with us all.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me. So to give you guys a little bit of background on where we came from and what we're up to now. Essentially, back in September 25th, we launched the YO Sky DAO LLC using the new legal framework out of Wyoming. We're a hackathon project that won some awards from the state for our economic impact um, idea. And through that, we were provided, resources through the university and got some state funding to, get a dev house. Um, and what YO Sky is the economic engine for the emerging Web3 and space industries. And we're focused on defining, uh, you know, space industry between the corridor on I-25 between Cheyenne, Laramie, and Colorado Springs. And one of the first proof of concepts we're developing is called Space Ranch, and Space Ranch is a land management entity focused on managing properties that will facilitate launch, research and development, and tourism within the space industry. Um, so it's kind of a quick, brief overview of what the project is. So we're essentially using NFT memberships to associate pseudo identifiers within our DAO organization. So depending on the rank, you'll have certain priorities, roles, and responsibilities within the organization. And yeah, would you like to lead into like a question interview style?
I think, oh, sorry, go ahead. It's a little hard to hear you, so I'm going to get some better audio on you. There's a little bit of wind too. Let's see. Yeah, so my question for you, really quickly, if you don't mind, let me see if the audio is coming in clearly. I think that this is a great abstract high-level overview project, and I would also, for those of you who are here who may not understand the structure of the DAO, what will be talked about later in the future, I would maybe just ask you, if I never heard anything about DAOs before in my life, and I wanted to get started building a DAO, I could do that with you as well. On top of understanding Space Ranch and what you're building and going into different ecosystems as well, correct? And you go through a full spectrum of different processes, and not just Space Ranch and Milestone. I've seen have many DAOs that you're involved with. There are many individuals that come to you wanting more information that might not know as much, maybe interested but don't know where to start. And it seems like not only are you a great starting point for these individuals, but you have a very high level, amazing concept and talent to execute all sorts of different concepts into the future. You have technical knowledge, you have foresight to execute it, and you've got the ability and drive to just be very solid for our community. So I applaud you for that. And I would just say, for those that are curious about DAOs, what would you say to them for knowledge?
I had a hard time hearing that, but I'll try to digest some of that. So DAOs essentially are a new way to organize and delegate roles and tasks and collectively organize and distribute funding. And it's all executed on smart contracts on the blockchain. So a lot of these decision processes can be automated or verified, which is kind of most important part, is to have like a transaction history of transactions and votes, and being able to have an accountable ledger of operations within an organization, essentially. So DAOs, they're not necessarily something brand new. The world of decentralized governance has been evolving and iterating since, I'd say, probably about 2015, with the ideas of digital, virtual, borderless nations. That's very interesting to see how these ideas have evolved to where they're actually functional today, where somebody like me can put these pieces together, form a new type of organization. Um, so with this DAO LLC legal framework out of Wyoming, Wyoming has it is providing like a baseline framework to interact with these new emerging technologies. So what we're doing with the Wild Sky and Space Ranch DAOs is we're essentially functioning as pilot projects to navigate the nuances of this new framework. And what I find like super fascinating is that with this legal entity that we've registered, we could go open up a real world bank account. So, we have a uh, a way to, take funding through the DAO and then have that deployed through real world assets, through traditional banking, right? So that this is kind of a necessary component when we're talking about, building a spaceport in Wyoming, right? So being able to convert, this ethereal digital magic money into, real world materials, concrete, land, things of that nature. Being able to do that through this DAO LLC component is probably the critical aspect that allows us to do what we intend to do. Um, so 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 we're like innovating rapidly on this new frontier for organizational structures, and seeing how we can work within a new industry uh, with these new tools. And the space industry is ripe for disruption. The legacy incumbents in this industry is like Raytheon, Boeing, Lockheed, and um, that's kind of like that's the old space economy that like that some of us in this new space economy refers to them. So the tools that Web3 enables us to build position these organizations to allow for uh, more fluidity with membership and more granular participation. I guess democratized access is kind of a good phrase for that. So essentially, with these DAO tooling, we're opening. We intend to open up access to the space economy um, by allowing anybody to be able to participate, make decisions, invest into the future of space.
That's awesome. And so for everybody who's here that wants to get involved, it's spaceranchdow.org, right? If you wanted to get involved, the membership sale started today, I believe, correct?
So we're going to launch our NFT membership on June 12th. That's a tentative date. Um, it could change. And after we just do the NFT membership raise, we'll be doing a series of IDOs. And these are all rolled out in the sequence to raise the necessary funding to purchase the land, get the necessary launch clearances, and build out the infrastructure that would be needed to facilitate launch. So our projected raise is around $25 million, and we'd be looking to build 2 launch pads and a 2-mile runway for both horizontal vertical launch. So yeah.
Am I cutting in? Can you hear me okay? I don't
Yeah, I
know.
can hear
Okay, cool. Sometimes my audio is working. But yeah, that's so June, if everybody's interested. And then where can everybody find you for the most part on Twitter or anywhere else to keep up the Space Ranch lives?
Yeah. We have our websites, wildskye.org and spaceranch.org, and you can find us on Telegram and Discord, and Twitter, um, and I'm pretty sure we're on LinkedIn too. So yeah, just search Space Ranch. If you search it in one word, there will be a lot of things that pop up. You might even be able to find our hackathon submission video, which is kind of fun to watch. We submitted it like within the last minute. It was all done in one take, so it's kind of a you know interesting thing to see.
That's exciting. Awesome. Well, that's been super fun. I really appreciate you coming out, John. Was there any other projects that you're starting next that you'd like to discuss quickly, or anything that's next for Space Ranch that might be new and exciting news? But still exciting.
Yeah. Wild Sky is essentially the parent entity for Space Ranch, and think of it like the economic engine that'll be, curating governance or space assets, culture. And our second proof of concept we're developing is a Pan-African space agency called Space Africa. And the goal with that is to leverage the collective of the continent, amplify their voice into the emerging space age. And our thesis to make that work is to recommission abandoned assets in orbit. There's about 16,000 satellites up there that have been abandoned, and if we can, hack into them and repurpose them, and it'll be a sustainable approach to building a space ecosystem within the continent. But um,
Yeah, that's crazy to hear too. So Space Africa, you said that
yes,
one, right?
hmm
Cool. So
and
Space.
and there's not much information about that one online, but the website for that is spaceafrica.xyz.
XYZ, everybody.
Mhm.
Awesome, John. Well, I so appreciate you coming out here today. It's been wonderful. You're so knowledgeable. You're so intelligent. You're doing so many awesome things. I was really excited to have you here and chat with me. And I hope that you can hear me okay.
Yeah,
Some audio pickups. But I really appreciate you, John. I just think that you're such an intelligent, awesome dude. And I really enjoy what you're doing. And I look forward to seeing what's next for Space Ranch, Wild Sky, and Space Africa.
awesome. And thanks so much for having me. Wish I could be there.
Thank you. I know. I wish you could too. We'll have some water for you.
Yeah,
Well, take
I'm
care,
gonna need that
John.
too.
Yeah, for sure. Next one. We'll have you at the next one. It'll be
Awesome.
essential.
Well, you have a good night, guys. Bye.
Bye, John. Have a great night. Thank you. That you guys are ready for our next guest. We have Chris Savino and Laura Carson of Firefly Web Studios. They are both wonderful writers, producers, directors, and amazing women who I'm so excited to introduce to all of you. And I'm so thankful for your patience congratulations. Welcome to Club 137, Krista and Laura, and for all of you who are tuning in, turn your attention to Laura. I would love for you to tell me more about your journeys with NFT writing and get the conversation started on immersive storytelling and how you two are teaming to creative ways to tackle.
Sure. We're not hearing you very clearly, Kiri, so hopefully you can hear us. Oh, good. So, well, we're just here to really talk about the importance or what we feel like is the importance as we're moving into all of this immersive technology of storytelling and of really, our hope is to encourage these, the amazing folks who are doing this work, this technical work, to collaborate with storytellers, because we know that as we move forward into this space, it's a space that great story could be a real interesting thing as we move forward.
Yeah, I think, what part of our mission at Firefly Rev is to really think about how to sooner rather than later start working with some of these new technologies and figuring out how to bridge the world, because the NFT world and the VR world, they're very specific over here, and then traditional entertainment over here. And so we're hoping to really be bridge builders to try to figure out how to bring these two pieces together to benefit everyone. So.
Right, that's awesome, and I would love to hear more about sort of like the bridge building ideas and how you approach storytelling from not only an immersive side but also a writer's side, because you can go into immersive technology, and I feel as though you two have a very good beat on the pulse of knowing how to write a story that's a story in any form, regardless of limitations. So, how do you find that you continue to reinvent the creativity in that regard when dealing with this?
In some ways it's sort of like writing for animation, in the sense that you can do so much more than you can do in just sort of a regular film or television narrative. However, I do think that in writing for this space, it's really about grounding and sort of like taking the lid off your brain, right? Like the story still needs to be grounded. We still ache to what I always say, we ache to witness and be witnessed by others, and that is not going away. So the stories still need to be rich and grounded and connective. They need to be connective tissue to the tech. But I do think that that we as writers have this opportunity to sort of open our brains and really allow some growth on what's possible in those stories, and how far we can fly, shift, create. So it's a really exciting time, as long as we still remember that at the end of the day, we still have to be grounded in some sort of connective tissue.
Yeah, I think a lot of what we're looking to do, certainly in the next few years, is to build those relationships, because this is going to be a highly collaborative space to bring these tech worlds together with traditional entertainment, and to get everyone talking about the same stuff and on the same page. I think that's going to take some time. It's going to be really learning how to work together and speak each other's language in a way, but it's already happening. So.
No, it's already happening. You look at things like The Mandalorian and other films who are working in a VFX space, where it's still looking like the thing you'd see if they actually went out and shot on set, but it's all being programmed in. So that is just going to continue to grow and shift and move. So we're certainly as storytellers, we're already starting to collaborate with people, with video game designers and folks in tech so we're all having to learn each other's language, but it's really important, and it's going to be this crazy amazing space to create in.
I can't wait. That's really exciting. Do you guys have any really exciting, fun new projects that you have coming up that are in this realm? I think that you've got some pretty great ideas, and I'd love to hear more.
Well, we're in 2023. We hope to be filming our feature film that we wrote, Invisible, which will be filmed about 90% of it in a VFX space. It'll be, unless someone's doing it now, I don't know, one of the first feature comedies to be. I mean, we see a lot of adventure, we see a lot of thriller, we see a lot of horror and other thing going in that space, but really comedy hasn't gone into that space in terms of filming yet. So we are hoping to be, we're excited to be doing that. In addition to that, we hope to be augmenting it with a game and an NFT project and some other areas that we are building out for for that broad comedy. And as of right now, Will Forte, Jim Rash, and Tony Cavallero are attached, and we're looking at other stars. So it's a really fun project. We've won a couple of awards. It's a great script. So it's a really great opportunity to collaborate with designers and with people in other parts of the immersive field to see how we can support Invisible as a film, but also in these other arenas. Yeah, you can check us out at firefly.com. Yeah, so we worked on we have squirrels. I don't know what to say. And Invisible, one of our most delightful characters is George the squirrel, which is, it's not animation, it is live action, but George is a smart squirrel who befriends a introverted scientist, and and so George is the one who makes the appearance in our NFTs, and also George is going to be the person the animal.
Well,
He's a person.
He thinks he's a person.
George
so.
is going to be the main focus also of the game we hope to be creating as we move forward with Invisible as well.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait. Thank you so much, Krista and Laura. And what other fun, exciting things would you guys like to discuss quickly before we part you adieu at Club 137?
Well, I'm sorry,
yeah,
we missed
Sorry, tech problems. I was just saying, thank you so much for joining Club 137. What other fun things can everyone look forward to before we bid you good day to see updates?
I would just encourage everybody who's there, like, really collaborate with storytellers. It's really important. I think that I think, I've been to a lot of, I've been in this space for a while, and I see such a great opportunity for folks who are in this to collaborate with real writers and storytellers to help bring their ideas to life. I think we can focus sometimes on the tech and forget the story. So we're here, we're ready, we want to collaborate. So give us a call.
Right.
That's our pitch. There you go.
Well, thank you so much, Krista and Laura. Thank you for joining us today. You ladies are wonderful, and be sure to check out Firefly Rev Studios, everybody. They're down to collaborate and have fantastic ideas. Thank you, Krista. Thank you, Laura. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Bye. Have a great time.
ALTERNITY Music's a wall killer. The wall killer.
I just want to say that I'm so sick of seeing people being exploited. I want to say that no matter what, you as artists, you keep making your art. No matter what, you make your art and you don't let anyone stop you from making your art. We're all going to pull through this and we're going to come out stronger than ever, and we are going to support each other, and this is what's really important. We're not going to allow anyone to exploit us, our families, our friends anymore, because it's been going on for too long and it's enough. And we're going to change it with the power of crypto, and we're going to change it with the power of NFTs. Okay? I don't want to see anyone be sad. I don't want to see anyone be left out anymore, because we've had enough of it. Just because people are from a different economic background, a different race, a different country, we have to get over exclusion. It's enough. The world and the success belongs to everyone, and everyone has the right to reach their potential, their full potential. Everyone has the right to reach their full potential, and we're going to make sure it happens. Keep being strong. Don't let anything hold you back anymore, okay? Don't let it hold you back anymore. I love you.
Het is mijn allereerste gedicht. Mijn broer moest er erg om lachen. Ik was in Zwitserland. Zonder titel. De bergen zijn zoals ze zijn. Ze spreken niet, ze troosten niet, ze noden niet, ze haten niet. De bergen zijn afstandelijk. Zij geven echter door hun aardverbondenheid de moed en rust er ook te zijn. landschappen of met watervallen, vogels, dieren of andere dieren. Nou, die hebben we helaas niet bijgemaakt.
Maar de hele schepping komt langs.
De hele schepping komt gewoon mooi.
Ja.
De zee ook, is ook een symbool, want met de vissen en onderwaterdieren. En dat vinden wij heel netjes. En dat is het symbool van mijn schilderij, eigenlijk ongeremde natuur.
Geweldig, we gaan er 2-3 maanden van genieten met z'n
Ja,
allen.
dat mag, 3 maanden mag ook.
Ja.
Ik vind alles ook, hè?
Ja, vind je heel
Want ik heb er genoeg thuis nog aan.
Oké. Ja.
Dus daarom.
Getting it. Getting it. Getting it. Getting it.
Break yourself proper when I rock, I'ma kick straight. Out of time, out of space, rhymes that I dictate. Watch how I flip cake, fans on the grip tape. Get baked, flip a fresh jam on the mixtape. In the champagne room, drink.